Greetings, the Hijabi Gamer here. And yes, I'm making a video about Tim Drake. And the whole, he's now gay, bi, who knows what. The whole thing going on with Tim Drake. Because I actually used to read comic books with Tim Drake in them. Now, like everybody else, before I started reading Batman, I knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman, Dick Grayson was Robin. You don't have to read Batman to know that. But, so when I started actually reading Batman comic books, which I started with Cataclysm, you know, when the earthquake hit Gotham City, and I saw that Dick Grayson wasn't Robin, someone totally different was, it got me curious, and I started to learn about the different Robins, Jason Todd, and it was Tim Drake. And what was really interesting about Tim Drake was he was different. To me, Dick Grayson was almost like, I mean, you got Bruce Wayne, who's the orphan, whose parents died tragically. You got Dick Grayson, who was an orphan, whose parents died tragically. And then you had Tim Drake, whose parents weren't dead, at least at the time. So he was a very unique character. He was also wealthy. So I really liked the character of Tim Drake. I also liked the fact that Dick Grayson had become Nightwing. I like the character of Nightwing, and I like the fact that, and they probably have changed this. I don't know, I haven't read Batman in a long time, but I remember that Dick Grayson, he wasn't in Gotham, he'd moved to a different city. I can't remember the name of the city. It was a very generically named city. Dick Grayson was a police officer, which I thought added even more character. Dick Grayson was interesting because he was more normal than Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne was, you know, almost like being Bruce Wayne was an act, and he was just Batman, whereas Dick Grayson was more of a normal human being who you can relate to more in some ways, and the fact that he became a police officer showed that he had a normal life, kind of. I really liked Dick Grayson, and I liked Nightwing, and I liked Tim Drake. So when they brought this up, it was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really? Why did you do this? And it's obvious why. It's because they're so creatively bankrupt that they cannot come with a good story to catch people's attention. No, what they do? Oh, I know, let's take the decades-old character who's had multiple relationships with girls and make him gay. Because it'll draw the ire of the fans and get us some attention. Do you really think people are going to buy this? Because they're not. You know, I heard about it. I'm not interested at all. But they cannot come up with a good story that makes people talking. No, they go with, let's take Tim Drake and make him gay. You notice people aren't talking about it positively, right? Now, I've already mentioned this before, but this also just totally, what are they trying to accomplish by doing this? They're not creating allies for themselves. They're creating enemies. Because when you take a character, a beloved character, that, you know, people have mentioned they like the relationship between him and Stephanie Brown. So you take an established character who is straight, and you force your agenda on the character. You really think people are going to be open to your agenda? You really think people are going to want to be allies to your cause? Hell no. I mean, this is why if anybody were to come to me and say, hey, we're going to make Tim Drake Muslim, which makes a whole lot more sense than this. You know, you have a character who's been established for decades as being straight, and all of a sudden you make him gay. At least when you want to make him a Muslim, you could make a logical argument why he decides to convert. People convert their religion all the time. But to make him suddenly gay? But hell, like I said, if someone were to come to me and say they want to make Tim Drake Muslim, I'd be like, oh, hell no, keep me out of this. Because people won't like it. They'll see an agenda being forced on them. They're not going to all of a sudden love Muslims and want to be friends with Muslims and open to Muslims. No, they're going to be like, why the hell are you forcing your religion into a comic book that, first of all, had nothing to do with religion, and second of all, why are you changing an established character? And it's the same thing here. Do you really think people are going to be like, oh my God, Tim Drake is gay now. Woo, LGBTQ pride. No, they're going to be like, what the hell? We don't like this. We're not buying your goddamn book. I'm not. Hell no. I haven't read Batman in years because I'm sick of it. On top of that, again, how are you helping your cause when, you know what? I used to be neutral about it. I didn't care. What mattered to me was a good story. You know, a good game, a good story, a good TV show, a good comic book. What the characters were didn't matter to me. Now, you know what I have learned? If you hear the words feminism, female-only cast, LGBTQ. Those are warning signs to me now. Now it's like, no, you know what? Back off. Not interested. Gonna wait for the reviews. Because if there's anything I've learned, it's that they're all about virtue signaling. They're not about good story. They're not about good characters. They're about beating you on the head with a message. A message that we have heard so many times that people are sick of it. So yes, if you tell me a video game is coming out with an all-female cast, or a movie's coming out with a main character who's LGBTQ, my immediate response is now, yeah, I'm not interested. No, thank you. I might later, if someone from Geeks and Gamers or ACG says, this is actually really good, go back and go, okay, yeah, I'm curious now, but I'm not going to make an effort even to find out. Because at this point, I have learned that it's not even worth the effort to look at reviews, because they're always going to be the same thing. I mean, seriously, like with He-Man. You ruined He-Man. You lied about it to beat your goddamn message over on our heads. And I'm really, really genuinely tired of it. Which is what it ruined the whole thing with Osiris since 814. Yeah, now I've heard at least one person who's telling me over and over again, no, it's not about the virtual signal, it's not about the agenda. Yeah, but first of all, you have to take the atmosphere into account. Okay? And people are sick of it. To me, you took an established character of Osiris who was not gay, and you put him into a relationship with Saint 14, who honestly, I can't take Saint 14 seriously. He reminds me of a guy I work with the exact same accent. But that aside, you took an established character of Osiris, you made him gay, and you put him in a relationship that just popped out of the blue. But fine, even if the intentions were genuine, you boasted about it, and you did the exact same thing with Tim Drake, where it's like, you just wanted to beat us over the head with the agenda. And we're tired of it. Add the fact that you're not even taking into account the fact that something like 10% of the population is LGBTQ, and that is me being generous. So you have like far more overrepresentation. It isn't representation, it's ridiculously over-the-top overrepresentation. Given the number of NPC known characters in Destiny, for example, you shouldn't have like 5 gay characters. I'm sorry. But people are tired of these agendas. They remind me of these books. I found them that we used to read that my parents bought for us when we were a child. When I was a child. Called Invincible Abdullah. They were kind of Muslim Hardy Boys. See, when we were kids, our parents would buy us, and I say we, I mean me and my brothers. When we were kids, our parents would buy us books and movies about being Muslim. But they were all about teaching. So they were more about the lesson and less about the story quality. So sometimes it was just ridiculously unbelievable. Like Invincible Abdullah. He was so over the top where every other sentence had God in it, to the point where we hated them. And gradually over time, Muslim publishers learned that you need to have a good story that happens to have Muslim characters, instead of shoving Muslim characters into trash. So it's the same thing here. You're not getting yourselves any favors. People are so sick of it that, like I said, you're turning us off. And you couldn't create a new character. You already have gay characters. Honestly, at this point, I'm sick of DC Comics. Every now and then I thought I would get back into it. But from what I'm hearing, between I Am Not Starfire and this, though, side note, we have actually figured out who I Am Not Starfire's father is. If you play Destiny, you will know. It's Arak Jalal. Starfire had a thing with Arak Jalal. He must be so proud, she said sarcastically. Anyway, I'm as a genuine fan of the older Batman comic books, back when Batman was actually really good, and who actually liked the character of Tim Drake, I'm pissed off. Not interested, sick of your agenda, and you are making me hate you. Because I don't want your lessons anymore. Seriously. You've lost the art of subtlety. And it's gone from, indifferent and just whatever, good story, doesn't matter the characters, to I mean it. If I see feminism, LGBTQ, pride, or any of it in a description, I'm not interested anymore. I can't wait for Halo Infinite because I swear. Anyway, so get it into your heads. Enough is enough. We do not want to be preached at. If I wanted to be preached at, I'd go to the mosque. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying this isn't the place for it. And I am genuinely tired of it. And DC Comics, at this point, the only reason I don't want you to fail is because I feel bad for the little people who probably know that this was a dumb move on your part. But if you keep spitting out this trash, you're going to end up completely, you're already irrelevant. Nobody cares. Anyway, this is the thoughts of a genuine fan or former fan of Batman and Tim Drake, Nightwing, etc. Just wanted to put it out there because I really did like Tim Drake as a character. And I really enjoyed, like I said, Cataclysm, Nightfall, No Man's Land. You know what? The only move that would have been dumber was if they brought back the clench, which some idiot is probably thinking, hey, let's bring back the clench. God. What is going... Maybe this is... Anyway. Those are my thoughts on the whole thing. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And I hope to see you in the tower.